In case you're one of those people that want to learn more about how to deal with the wins and the losses in trading, you want to be able to handle them better when you come up with them in your own trading, then this video will help a lot. I want to talk about the psychology of wins and losses, why you feel a certain way when you have a win, why you feel a certain way when you have a loss, and how to overcome it and deal with it productively so you can have a better trading routine and not skip or miss too many trades because of your psychology. Okay, so most traders are stuck in what we'll call an emotional roller coaster. They have ups and downs. So when they have a win, they feel good, they feel excited, they're really happy about their wins. When they have a loss, they feel bad, they feel like trading sucks, they feel like they cannot do it by themselves, they feel like they gotta get more help, they gotta change strategies, go to a new course. And that kind of goes and repeats over time, right? There's never gonna be a time where this could be flat, when you have no emotions for a win, no emotions for a loss, if you're in that kind of roller coaster. What I try to get traders to do over time is try to be more emotionally stable. So when you have a win, you feel good, but not that crazy good. Like you just feel alright. It's just a cool thing that happened to your day, but it's not that amazing. It's just part of the routine. When you have a loss, then you feel maybe a bit annoyed, but not pissed off, like not overly angry. You don't feel like you want to throw your keyboard at the computer or do crazy stuff like that. And this is a warning sign because whenever you see a trader that's really happy with the new strategy they have, they feel like ecstatic, they feel like they've cracked the code, sort of thing, and they're happy with the strategy they have, they're probably gonna come up in the point where when they have a few losses, which will come over time for sure, then they'll be like the exact opposite, and even more. And that's because losses feel a lot more worse than wins. Think about the fact that let's say you go on the street and you were to find a $100 bill, right? Pretty cool, like, you're pretty happy about it. But what about if you had a $100 bill in your pocket and you actually lose it in the street? How bad will you feel about that? Probably worse than if you gain $100. So there have been studies on this in the past, and they've shown that losses feel about twice as much as wins, right? On the opposite side. So if you lose $100 in the market, they feel twice as bad as if you win $100 in the market. So that kind of roller coaster, if you just leave it as default and you just have like these emotions coming up, it'll be a little bit good for the win, then really bad for the loss, and a little bit good for the win, really bad for the losses. So it's not gonna be even on both sides. Which means that over time, it makes you want to give up trading, it makes you want to find new strategies to get away from these emotions, which you cannot because it's gonna be part of trading all the time, no matter what strategy you have. But the key point here is trying to remain emotionally stable. Like you have a win, it feels good, you have a loss, it feels not that good, but not a crazy thing. Like you won't be so happy. I've had so many drawdowns coming up with my trading where I was really happy about the progress I made. I was really happy about my previous performance. I had like a really good run. Then I hit drawdown, losing trade, then a second losing trade. Then because I wasn't that big high of the wins, I was really happy. I didn't really pay attention to my rules and didn't really journal too much. I kind of cut the corners, you could say, very much. And that led to a drawdown. Now once I was in a drawdown, then I made it worse by starting to feel bad about the losses. I started to look at different time frames I could trade on, how I could do things better. And that is productive sometimes, but sometimes it's not really productive because you could just be going on a normal drawdown and you make it worse by looking at other stuff. So instead of going on the forward chart like I was used to, I would go on the daily chart, play some more trades. I would go even on the weekly chart back then to kind of look at some trades. And that just made the drawdown way worse than it should have been. I was going against my stats, which my stats showed that the drawdown would recover pretty quick. But I was going against it because I felt so bad about the losses and I want to get back to break even. I need to get back on track. One cool exercise you can try is if you feel bad about the wins and losses, try to reframe them. So I don't see myself as winning or losing ever. And I've got this lesson from a trader I talked to before who used to trade for big banks. And what he said was you gotta kind of bring it back down to there's no win and loss in trading. There's only a strategy or a process that works or doesn't work. Now if it works, that's cool, that's nice. If it doesn't work, then who cares? That's all fine. Because next time it could work. And we know a process should work long term because we've tested it, put in a lot of hours into making sure it will work long term. So why do we stress about 2-3 trades when it's not working? When we should be looking at 100 trades to get a decision on whether it works or not. The thing about these words of winning or losing is they're so closely associated with like being good or being bad, being like smart or being stupid. If you lose, it's because you're stupid, you're dumb, you're not good at trading. If you win, it's because you're smart. Like people tend to associate very well when they win to their skills, right? So if you win, you're like, oh, I was good, I took that right trade, I made the right decisions there, I was really good with my plan, I followed the thing I was supposed to do, and I made money. And of course I made money. If you lose, you'll say, oh, it's the market was bad, it's bad luck. So see how we think about the wins and losses differently. You could of course practice for a long time to work on these things and try to like get rid of the emotional baggage with these two words of wins and losses. Or you could possibly also try to just kind of stay away from them. And instead of I won this trade, just say my process worked out or my process didn't work out on that trade, right? That's a different way to see it. Same principles, but different way to see it. And the key point here is you got to work back on your process. You want to improve your stats, change your results. It's the process here that you gotta go back and work on. So I hope this was useful for you here. I hope you got some value out of this. It's a quick video on how to kind of think about the wins and losses. I know not everyone cares about this. People like the strategies, they like the tips to make money quickly right now. But this is good if you want to make a living trading long term and you care about these things and understanding why the wins feel good, why the losses feel bad, and how to overcome it. And make sure you subscribe for videos like this 3 times a week. Let me know in the comments below as always. I want to hear what you think. And I'll catch you back here in the next video pretty soon. Ciao.